This last week has been hard. This has probably been the hardest week so far. Last we updated you guys, I had just finished up my 4 days of chemo. What I didn't know is that chemo's kind of like drinking alcohol. You can take a few shots and you don't feel anything. You're fine. Like, all right, cool, rock and roll. And then it hits you later. So chemo's kind of the same way. It took a few days, and then I started feeling a lot of the side effects and the symptoms of the chemo. I had a lot of fatigue this week. Some days it was just hard to get out of bed. Some nausea, but it wasn't terrible. A lot of cold, chills and night sweats. Waking up with the sheets are kind of soaked, and then brain fog. That was the other one. Sometimes I have energy and cognition enough to play cards for an hour or two, and some days I just don't. So this has been a hard week. Another thing that I realized was happening, it kind of caught me off guard. They said my hair might fall out. Yesterday I took a shower and I put deodorant on, and I looked at my deodorant stick, and my deodorant stick had an afro. I've lost almost all of my armpit hair, and that's the first thing to come out. It kind of surprised me, and I had to laugh a little bit at that. So big picture of what this trip, the goal of this trip here was to do a round of chemo to kill the cancer, to reduce it down as much as we could. And then the second goal of this trip was to do a stem cell harvest. So this week they have been working on getting me ready for a stem cell harvest. So twice a day I get a shot in my stomach they call growth factor. It tells my bones to hyperproduce more white blood cells and stem cells. And they said you may feel some bone ache. It's been terrible. Some days I'll sit up in bed and the weight of my torso feels like my pelvis is breaking because my pelvis hurts so bad. Or laying down, I felt like my sternum was separating. The bone pain's been pretty egregious this week, but they said it should be done after we do the harvest. But my bones have been working well enough that I'm ready for a harvest. And tomorrow they're going to try to do a collection. Provided that they can get enough stem cells tomorrow, I should be out of here this weekend. If not, then maybe I'll have to wait till Monday. So that's kind of what this week has been like. It's been a rough one. Once I'm out of here, I'll be home for somewhere between 2 and 4 weeks, and then I'm gonna come back again. And when I come back again, we'll either do a repeat of this, if they need to do more chemo to kill more cancer, or they'll do the first of 2 stem cell transplants. And I'm just kind of waiting on the docs and my blood markers to see what direction we're gonna go with that. Big thank yous for, one, my Aunt Kelly, who spent a lot of time down here this week as my caretaker, really pouring herself into me and making sure that I had decent food and good care while I was here. Other than that, I'll let you guys know how the stem cell harvest goes. Until next time.